Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is if makeup tutorials didn't exist. And I originally saw Kelly Strack do this challenge and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. It looks so fun. So I'll leave her video linked in the description box and you can go ahead and check it out. So basically what this is if makeup tutorials did not exist, this is how I would do my makeup. And honestly, what you're seeing here is not far from the truth. Like, this is literally how I did my makeup. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you do, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos from me. And if you would like to see how I created this, then just keep watching. Alright, so starting with foundation, I remember when I first started really wearing makeup, I always used to use the MAC Face and Body makeup, I think is what it's called, and I would always apply it with those foundation brushes that look like a paintbrush. And I actually still own it, so that's what I'm going to be using to apply my foundation. And I remember when I used to do this too, the mirror or the bathroom I was in didn't have any windows, and it was actually kind of dark in there. So I would just paint this on. So I remember too, I never used concealer, and now I'll sometimes apply foundation on my eyes, but I mostly apply my concealer. And back in the day, I didn't even use concealer, and I didn't apply my foundation on my eyes, so it's literally going to look like a mask because I'll have nothing around my eyes. So I'm going to do that again today. Another thing I didn't do is I didn't really blend it down on my neck. Like I said, the bathroom was dark and it looked pretty good to me. There we go, my mask is on. I so badly want to go get my makeup sponge and like blend out the streaky lines. But I'm not. Just gonna leave it like this, and you can see all my like veins on my eyes. Oh my god. So I've always set my foundation with powder. I remember telling the girls at MAC, you know, I have a lot of redness and I want to cover it up, so I used to use like the powder foundation on top of my foundation. And so I'm just gonna set my foundation with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Alright, so I'm going to come back to my face a little bit later. I'm going to move on to eyebrows. I did used to fill in my eyebrows, but here's what I used to do. I used to take a brush like this, which I still do today, but instead of like combing it up and stuff, I just combed it like this, in the shape of my eyebrows. Then I would take an angled brush, and I would take an eyeshadow, and this one is Embark by MAC, and this is what I used to use. And I had like blonde hair, and this stuff is pretty dark, like, it doesn't look too dark right there, but you know, it could get dark, especially if you have blonde hair. So I'm going to take some of this and apply it on my eyebrows, and all I did was like go like this. Just like that. I used to always keep dipping. And go like that in the shape of my eyebrows. So I wouldn't like shape them nicely or anything, I would just literally fill them in the center, and then because I felt like they were too bushy, I would like pinch my eyebrows together. Just like that. So I'm going to do the other eyebrow. So I don't even know if eyebrow gel existed back then because makeup tutorials didn't, but I'm so glad that I have it now. And that's it. I wouldn't comb through them again or anything. Next, I would do my eyeshadow, and my go-to makeup was always pink or half white and half green, or like a bronzy eyeshadow. So to keep it kind of neutral and so I don't look too crazy, I'm going to go in with the eyeshadow, and this is actually the one I always used, and it's Wood Winged by MAC, and it just looks like this. It's a really pretty eyeshadow. So I would take my MAC 239 brush, and I would just dip it in there. No eyeshadow primer, nothing. And I wanted it pigmented, so I would just go in and pack it on. And I would do kind of like a rounded half moony type of shape. So I'd pack it like that, and then I would take the brush and just kind of go like this. And sometimes I would wear other eyeshadows with this, but this was like the quickest thing to do. Alright, another thing is I always loved a bright brow bone. I always love to highlight up there. So I'm going to take my Vanilla eyeshadow by MAC. Again, same eyeshadow that I've always used. And I'm going to go back in with that same 239 brush, and I just flipped it over. So I just take it, and then I'll just pack it on my eyeshadow or on my brow bone. And like I said, I liked it bright, which I actually don't think it looks too bright right now, but I do have some pictures and it's like insane. Like you can see it really badly. I think I was a little bit tanner than this. So after that, then I would just go in with my MAC 224 brush and just kind of sweep it. Next, I would do a winged liner. I would just take my MAC 266 brush, just looks like this, and dip it in some gel liner. I used to use the MAC gel eyeliner. This one is by L'Oreal. And I would sometimes start from the inner corner, sometimes start with my eyelashes start, or just even do like the outer part. And honestly, I still do that. And honestly, I still do that today. It just depends on what the look I'm going for, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start all the way from the inner corner. And for the wing, I wouldn't like nicely curve it and taper it up. I would just draw a line up. I wouldn't like make sure that it was pointy or anything. I would just literally draw it up. Alright, next I'm just gonna line my waterline with a black eyeliner. And I always love to do this because I feel like it really brings out my eyes. And because that was never dark enough, I would go in with an eyeshadow and set it and make it darker, which I still do today, but I do blend it out a little better today. But what I used to do, and would probably still be doing if there was no makeup tutorials, is probably just take my eyeshadow and just stamp it on. Alright, and next I'm just gonna apply mascara. Mascara is pretty much still the same for me, except I do like curl my eyelashes sometimes now, which I would back in the day too, but not as much because I do have pretty long eyelashes and like, I don't know if it's my eyelash curler or what, but I would always like chop them off, which I still do sometimes because I don't know what it is, but sometimes they just get shorter. But my lashes are like really straight, so I'll show you what I do. So I apply mascara to both the top and bottom lashes. And then what I would do is I would fan my eyes and I would take my two fingers and push them up. And sometimes I still do this and it actually does work. You just have to kind of sit here for a while and just push them. But honestly, nothing works like an eyelash curler. And you can see they're kind of sticking up. If I don't do that, they'll be straight down. Like they have zero curl to them. Alright, moving on. I never wore any bronzer or anything. I used to always go in with blush, and I only owned one, and it was Pinch Me by MAC, and that's kind of like a dusty, rosy, like coral kind of color. It's kind of dark, or at least I would pack it on and it would be super dark. So I'm just going to go in with this Smashbox blush, and it just looks like that. And it does have a little bit of shimmer to it. And this is the MAC 129 blush brush. And this was the only blush brush that I owned at the time. So here's what I would do. I would take my blush, and remember all the redness I was trying to get rid of? Well, no point, because I literally would put it back on my face. So here's what I would do. I have always took the blush to this day and I'll bring it up just like this, but I used to start on the actual apples of my cheek, just like this. Oh, I'm gonna have to build this up, trust me. I used to go like this. I remember going in circles and then just kind of go like that. I really thought this had more pigment to it. Apparently not. And then I would sweep it just like this. So there's one cheek done. So all that redness I got rid of, I put it right back in the center of my face. Alright, next I'm going to move on to lipstick, and that's pretty self-explanatory. I would always wear like a nude lipstick or pink. I love pink. Or like lip gloss and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go in with my pink lipstick because that was honestly my go-to. Okay. So this is how I did my makeup when there were no makeup tutorials. Honestly, it's not that bad, right? So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you do enjoy it. And also, I am doing Vlogmas on my second channel, and that will be linked on the screen somewhere and also down below. So I hope that you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!